This is the Story Planet Podcast. Your world, our way. That's all you need to know.
Okay, so let me get this right. So, no college football, potentially. Cooperstown, done. They're going to push it back to next year. That means I don't get to hear my Derek Jeter speech right away. But they're going to cancel Little League. The Little League World Series is going to be canceled. Now, these are all America's great pastimes being canceled while America's reopening during the deadliest times of the coronavirus. And why? Because the economy was about to die. This useful idiot has to have MAGA rallies. And it's kind of ironic because we're opening up just in time for Cinco de Mayo. Well, happy Independence Day, El Presidente, you useful idiot you, who secretly cut a deal with Guatemala. Yeah, you didn't think we knew about that, but we'll get into that another time. Because right after Cinco de Mayo, that other group of people that this useful idiot hates, they're going to have their time, their moment in the sunshine. And you know, he treats these people like just grab and go items. He's mentioned it numerous times and he got elected because of it. Yes, I'm talking about Mother's Day. And it wouldn't be complete without some of those mothers being so outraged that those 3 strands of hair they have, that they hardly need a wig, they have to be cut. So what do? They go out there with Joe Bob, Billy Bob, and the guy with 2 teeth left in his mouth and protest. We need to have haircuts. Now, I said he has 2 teeth and he's fighting over a haircut. And she's fighting over 3 strands of hair. Don't get it. And then when you think about it even further, you know, this month here, there's just so much going on. And this month ends, which we could pretty much call spring. So he's pretty much dead at spring. I mean, proms, graduations, you name it. Spring is done. And then we get into what we call the beginning of pseudo summer with the one holiday with a group of people that he steals from on occasion. No, I'm sorry. He steals from them constantly. Talk about you want to big them up, but he steals from them constantly to the point where he's taken parts of their pension to pay for a wall, which is more like a drawbridge. That's right, Memorial Day. This Memorial Day, you're going to have to add a new group of veterans. And I'm talking about those people that were on the front lines, you know, the bus drivers, the security guards, the merchandisers, the doctors, the nurses, the teachers, parents, bystanders, everybody that has died from this virus, trying to fight this virus and keeping this country moving forward. Think of it this way. Vietnam, Oklahoma City, 9/11, all these places have memorials or tombs. But when you add them up, they still don't equal the damage and the carnage that the coronavirus has had. So yes, we will have a tomb, just like for the unknown soldier, for the faceless people on the front lines, we will have that memorial. Let's just call it for what it is. They said it's a war. No, it's a pandemic and a crisis that was caused because of the useful idiot in charge of the federal government didn't do his job. Let's just keep that in mind now. Didn't do his job. If a McDonald's employee spotted a grease fire and didn't use the extinguisher or whatever they use to put out grease fires, would he still have his job? Or would this person still be out of work like the other 30 million people who can't go back to work yet? And it's really crazy because while all this was going on, the movie Armageddon was playing out in real life. The asteroid the size of Harlem came close to the Earth. But when the coronavirus signaled Darth Vader was doing the job of the asteroid, you know, the asteroid's like, you know, hell with it. We'll go someplace else. How about Druidia? And by the way, where the hell was his Space Force? And speaking of Space Force, may the 4th be with you.
This is the Story Planet Podcast. Your world, our way. That's all you need to know.